Hello, welcome to episode 6 of Games What I Played. This week, some more Godslayer. This time we're making a slight amendment to the structure, and we'll have a pre-game audio discussion. In this case, we recorded it a couple of days before we played, just to give each other the time to read up on each other's list and tricks. You'll get to hear this, and then I'll go straight into part 1 of the game. Hope you enjoy it. We'll play a 300-point game of Godslayer again this week, and it's going to be Banebrood, which is Conrad's bag, versus my Wyldfolk, which I haven't really played that much of, but I'm looking forward to using. Conrad is going to give his list first, because I'm not looking at the right page.
I have 299 points after some tweaking.
And jiggery and pokery.
Yes, exactly right. I have a Gorelord.
Yes.
Armed with full complement of weapon, armor, talisman and potion. This week, I have decided to take the Blades of Manaxus.
An excellent choice, sir. A fine vintage.
I had a quick flick through the weird, what are they called? Weird Wyldfolk?
Yeah.
They seem to have an incredibly high defense.
That they do.
So I figured the +1/+1 would help a little bit.
It might well do, yeah.
However, because I wanted to get the extra bits of mongrels in to the Maldar mongrels unit,
Like an extra snout, or
yeah, an extra one figure.
Oh.
I'm having to be a little bit choosy about what else I've taken on him. So my armour is the Hornplate armour, which gives me +1 arm, so hopefully reducing a bit of damage.
Not too bad.
I've then chosen an item, a talisman item called the Parasite Amulet, where once per round, at any time during the bearer's activation, a target friendly model within line of sight and leadership range of the bearer suffers dice 6 direct damage. The bearer immediately restores the same amount of life points lost by the target model up to the maximum of its starting value, but may never restore more points than the target model had actually lost.
Uh-huh. That makes sense now.
So I'm going for a little bit of a healing type amulet by the looks of things there, because I thought it was a one-off use, but it says once per round at any time.
Yeah. So
I can go around doing some D6 direct damage and getting some wounds back if I'm not dead. Me being the Gorelord, not me.
Well, I hope you're not dead, because that'd be quite creepy if you turn up to play.
It'd be a bit boring, the game, because you'd be just going, oh, I've won again.
There'll be lots of brains and other things like that, which might not be that interesting after a while.
And finally, I've gone for the Flesh Morph draft, which gives me, and this is my potion, and I may immediately restore 8 life points up to a maximum of its starting value. I kind of find that, even though I've had it before, if you don't catch it at the right time, you never get to use it because you're dead.
Exactly. Yeah, that happens a lot, I find.
Yeah.
Got to be careful when you choose to use it.
Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking that it might be useful just using it early on. But the Parasite Amulet might be interesting to use.
Yeah, something new that we haven't done before.
Yeah.
Could turn the tide, because you know you're going to be playing melee versus melee as well, so could be very important.
So then I have my Pestbringer with his traditional bubonic and gutrot plague.
Festive plagues.
I am thinking that I might try and use a bit more gutrot plague than bubonic this time, because that affects living models and they suffer -1 to all stats. So I kind of think that might be a bit more. That might be used a bit more rather than the traditional bubonic plague, which is damage dealing.
I think it's against various targets. So, for example, the bubonic plague is very good against infantry models because it can kill them with a couple of applications, but not really good against a big monster. Whereas the gutrot plague is very good against the monster because it will drop even the axe stat immediately, because it's only got the one model in the unit. So, you know, the nice combination of plagues, really. When I first started playing, I didn't take either of those plagues. I was always going for the the Black Plague or the Heart Kill Plague. I thought, oh, they sound really good, but over time you've won me over to these two plagues.
I was thinking of using the Black Plague, but I thought it was a -2 leadership effect, but it's a test, an immediate test, and or you're knocked down. So, because what I was trying to do was combo some leadership debuffs with potentially using the Offal Extract. It's called. It's a potion which gives the Gorelord Reek. We all know how wonderful Reek is because the Pestbringer has it, and it means you have to take a leadership test every time you attack, or if you fail, and if you've got a debuff on your leadership, then obviously that's kind of good.
So you were hoping to stack that with Bestial Bellow?
Yes, something like that. But it never worked.
No.
So, unlike our last game, but following our last game, I said I wanted to use the two Fallow Shamans because I kind of, when we've had a game before, I kind of like the way that one can buff my stuff and then the other one can debuff your stuff. So one's offensive, one's defensive. So I've done exactly that.
They're both offensive, I'm afraid. I find them very offensive.
That's because of their horns.
Yeah.
So I've gone for one with monstrous mutation spells, and I'm going to go and give the long legs a try. More of a bum person myself.
We've talked about long legs millions of times so far, and this is the first time I think you've used it, isn't it?
I think so. So I'm going to give it a go, and then I'm going for Bugstalk Eyes, which is +1 def.
Nice.
And if I get the upgrade effect, no charges may be declared against the target model unit.
That's nice.
My second Fallow Shaman has malevolent mutations with the traditional Atrophy, which is -1 melee, missile and defense, and Jellyfy, which is my lovely -2 arm.
It turns you into a Dalek.
That's right.
Yeah.
I had to have the Ursipine in.
Yeah.
Because I just love the model.
Porcupine bear. Gotta go in, really.
And this time I will not be going, grrr, I am big and strong and I will come and smash you, and then he goes, eh. I will be trying to be a bit more conservative with him.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think you find in this game that even if things are big and strong, even the little dudes can get you if there's enough of them.
Yep. And then I have 6 Maldire Mongrels. So I've a full unit and then 2 additional ones. And that is my Banebrood force.
Okay, so you like the beast stuff as well, don't you? So got a full complement of the beast spawn, so you got loads of extra charge range, and with the long leg spell that make you pretty damn fast, I should think. I'm
kind of hoping that all those things will help me move about a bit quicker. Long legs can go anywhere, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go on the bear, go on your warlord, make them speed 5, which is pretty shocking, really. So
I'm going to try and bounce that around. Well, I'll try and bounce it around, but casting is not as easy in this game as other games.
No, but don't the Fallow Shaman have some sort of ability where they can get an extra dice if they put damage on someone?
That's correct, yeah. They have an ability called Spirit Drinker.
And is it, what, D3, D6?
I get +1 to my spell casting roll, and the living model within 8 and line of sight suffers D3 direct damage. But it's not a cumulative bonus, so I can only get the +1. But it would make my magic 7 rather than 6.
It's a possibility there, isn't it?
Yes.
I've not seen you using it too much, because you obviously, in this game, you don't want to take damage if you can avoid it, but to cast a spell like Longlegs or get the Jellyfy off could be very important.
I suppose what you could do is dump it onto something like the Gorelord and he then gets his wounds back through the amulet.
Or the flesh monster. So you might, as you said, put a couple of wounds on him a couple of times early in the game. And you think,
And then
well,
he takes, that's
just use it.
as well, yeah.
It depends. It gives you a little bit of flexibility on how you use it. But
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about what I will be bringing. Many of these models I haven't played before, and in fact, I just built some of them. And I'll be
They are built though.
I'll be building some more tonight, so let's not get too excited. I've got the Pendragon, who is the horny horn guy with the two swords. So he's like a melee warlord. Not that many hit points because he's just a bit of a weedy human, but he's got some good skills. I've given him the Mammoth Kilt, which is an armour that gives him +1 defense and armour. So you sensibly have stacked a few, plus melee attack rolls because you'll need it to hit him. He'll be like defense 16 or something, I think. Mm-hmm. He's got as a talisman the boar mask of, let me just read this, Danadan or whatever, which gives him +1 melee and power on his initial melee attack rolls each round. So not bad. He has the Potion of Speed as his potion, which is the one that you get D3 extra action tokens once per game. I really love that. Whenever I can take it, I do really like getting extra actions.
Yep, because we saw that was very useful when you were playing the Halidines.
It was.
Yep.
I love, having an extra attack or an extra tactic or whatever, an extra move if needed. Just so flexible. Mm-hmm. He's taken a couple of his sword pair, which are the weapons that he has access to. He's taken the Bloodleaf blades. Now these ones are a bit like your Minaxus blades in that you could do a 2 attack or you can do a 3 attack. However, unlike your Minaxus blades, they don't have power 5, they have power 3, which is pretty weedy. But each time the bearer causes damage to an enemy model through a Bloodleaf Blades attack, it immediately gains +2 power for its next Bloodleaf Blades attack until the end of the current round. And it's cumulative as well, so if I hit you a couple of times with it, then I'm going to have +2 power and another +2. It could get quite powerful.
I don't like that.
When you combine that with the Boar Mask, it gives him a bit more of a solid hit than he would have had normally just from the basic weapon alone. So.
And with the extra actions, you can be hitting a couple of times and whacking that power up, as it were.
That's right, yeah. That is the plan. We'll see in practice if it will work. He's also got, because I had a spare 4 or 5 points, I gave him a bow. Although the bow on the model is so weedy that if I try and clean it, it will snap in two, so I'm not going to bother. And it's just like a power 2 range 10 bow. Doesn't do anything else. So didn't have anything else to spend the points on. So he can get a couple of pot shots off at a Maldai Mongrel if he doesn't know what to do. Nothing to worry about. Then I've also got a Bard, and I'm not going to say its full name because all these guys have got really weird names. But a Bard is, he kind of buffs units by singing songs to them. I'm not sure how that would work.
Is that the Bard of Ainsing?
Yeah, whatever that is that you just said, that's him. So he's a good little solo. He's got a reasonably good power as well on his attack. He looks a bit like a muscle man. He lifts by the look of it. I don't wonder how many people get that. I've got a druid, and that druid has 2 spells. One of the spells is called Transfer Monument, which means I can move around an Ogham megalith if I'm using one, which I am. And another spell is called the Fury of Mabdus, which is a pretty expensive spell and difficult to cast, but it gives me, whoever I cast it on gets an extra die of damage, discarding the lowest until the end of the round. So you begin to see that Mr. Bloodleaf Blades, if I get all this stuff off on him, he can go toe to toe with you. He's not going to be too worried. I've got a Beast Hunter. He's like a medium base guy with a big bow for shooting monsters. I've got 5 blade singers, or blade slingers rather, and another unit of 4, which is the minimum blade slingers. And then I've got an Ogham Megalith. And the thing I'm missing out is the Druid is allowed a talisman, and I've given him the Golden Sickle talisman, which lets him reroll one of his spellcasting dice per round.
What does this Ogham Megalith do?
Oh, you're gonna... well, I was about to say, you're gonna enjoy playing against it, but it's a 19-point model that has to deploy before all other models, but it's got advanced deployment. Excuse me, I've got a dry throat, I'm just going to have some water. Or, to be more accurate, apple ties. It doesn't have a melee range, it can't activate in its own turn. When you choose it, it just basically passes. But Wyldfolk warlords can dump or extract action tokens from it. That's one of the things it does. So I can dump up to 4 action tokens into it and take or deposit 2 at a time. So I can get an extra 2 actions on the turn that maybe I need it if I'm within range of the Megalith. Another ability it has is that if you spend an action point for a tactic from a warlord, it gives everyone within a certain distance a 6+ protection roll to avoid damage. So
Wow.
Also I can channel spells through it, but the Wyldfolk don't do a lot of offensive spells with druids, to be fair. But so 19 points, and it's a bit of a support piece, but it's a pretty cool model, and it kind of makes the warlord that bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my list. So the most amount of models I think I've ever used yet in a game of Godslayer, it's like 14 maybe I'm using at the moment, or is it? Well, it's certainly more than the 5 or 6 to 8 that I seem to always end up playing the rest of the time.
You had quite a few in the Halidine list, I thought. 6.
Yeah, because I played with 2 units, you're right, yeah.
I only got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've got 14.
11. I have 11.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not
our
too bad,
armies
I
are not too dissimilar in that respect.
Yeah.
It's quite lightly armoured, quick-ish, and focus on trying to get hits early rather than protracted combat. So it's, it makes sense that we've both got quite a lot of models. I'm interested to see how that plays out.
So we're playing a scenario as well.
We are. The scenario is scenario
Fields of the
6,
Fallen. Yep.
Fields of the Fallen, yep. And this is the one with the ghosts in it. So you deploy 5 ghosts on the centre line.
They are fallen ones.
The fallen ones.
Ancient spirits.
And they kind of move around randomly, and if they come into you, they'll give you a bit of a slap. And you can give them a bit of a slap, but you can't shoot them and you can't charge them. So you have to walk up to them and then, slap them on the wrist for being naughty. When you kill one, it allows you to take over for that turn one of the other ones. So you can kind of direct where it goes and make it charge an opposing model. And the way you win the game is kill points.
Yeah, it's the most kill points.
Yeah, so it's just killing, which is one of our favourite things, I believe, in Godslayer. Mission be damned, let's kill stuff.
Kill stuff. So there we go.
And how do you feel? Are you going to be looking to beat the shite out of me, or...
I think I'm going to be...
nervous, perhaps?
I will be experiencing new things.
Just like you can experience a new thing when you get put in Turkish prison.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, okay. That kind of new things. Alright, so let's get on with the game.
Yep. Good luck, sir.
And to you. We have to move these things now, so let us place these things, one at a time. Want to roll 2 dice?
Yep.
I guess, and we have to roll the dice to kind of determine where they go.
11.
11, 2.
2. It's incorporeal and everything, isn't it? Or ethereal, rather.
That goes there. What about this one?
That goes 10-2 as well. It's sort of coming my way.
I really don't like you. So
6 1. He's still coming to me.
Oh, they're starting to get in each other's way now. So
What happens when they hit each other? Anything?
I don't think so. But
We'll find out in a minute. 8 1. Go away. And this one drops the tree.
6.
No.
Alright, you've got the better ghost meat, I think, at this point. Because they're coming for you.
When a fallen one touches the base of a model, it will stop and counts as charging the model.
Okay.
I don't like the way they've come towards me.
Very
All of
flash. Very flash.
We have turn 1.
Oh, that's strong. I'll taste it, but it's a bit strong. Alright, priority then. So I've marked down where my secret deployers are.
Mm-hmm.
One of these 4 markers. Each turn, I have to activate the units, but as a kind of bluff, I can activate their counter or any other one counter and move it a small amount.
Okay.
So even Stevens, I've got 10. Oh, 11.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, will you know?
Strangely enough. Good luck, sir.
Gonna get destroyed, killed, smashed.
Your things are so tiny.
I know they really are. I've been so used to playing these big things for a while now in various factions, but tokens. Don't forget the old tokens. Okay, I will do Gerald Pendragon first. He's going to give a token to these Blade Singers, which are cunningly disguised as Halidine hoplites, so they can blend in and destroy civilization from the inside.
They look good.
Yeah. Thought is important.
I don't think the others have noticed.
No, no one noticed. These guys are light infantry, so they can spend up to 5 actions moving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these guys. Oh, actually, I better finish him first. I'm giving out 1, and he is not a light warlord or anything. He is going to. You have got some shooting, i.e., Mr. Plagueface. So he's going to give him. What's the sneak cost? 1. He'll give himself sneak, which is +2 defense against missile attacks, and he'll walk 4 times. 12. Well, actually, he'll walk 3 times. That's 4, 5, so I can put 1 action in that, I guess.
Ooh.
Probably what I should have done. There we go. Over to you.
How do I upgrade again? Upgrade my spell?
You can only cast it on when the spell's been cast normally. Then
Yeah.
you can cast the spell on that target that has it, and it upgrades it by casting that.
And on the next turn,
Mm-hmm.
it loses the upgrade effect, but you can still
You can't sustain upgrade,
Yeah.
but you can sustain the spell if it
Yeah.
says so.
Okay.
The actual mutation itself. The Bicetor has the ability to make a normal mutation permanent.
Okay.
Not the upgrade, but the normal mutation. So this could be quite good.
Right. I am going to do.
Dallas.
I can kill those from here. I can kill him from here. You know.
They've got sight level 0, so you can't charge them.
No, I can kill Pendragon from here.
Oh, that's not so good for me.
Apparently, I can.
He's too powerful. I vote that, I petition the game designers to stop Comrade being broken.
That can be fixed.
Well, that's what I've heard.
Right. This is a Comp 12 spell, range 8,
What spell are you trying to cast?
long legs, actions
Nice.
3.
Oh, it costs a lot though.
Yes.
But it's not that hard to put down. You need a 6, don't you, I guess? You won't be casting it twice a turn.
My magic is a 6.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, for the first time ever, Spell Drinker, which is a tactic.
Oh.
I'm going to target friendly living model, that's my Gorlord, and within 8 inches and line of sight, and he will suffer dice 3 direct damage.
2.
2.
And it gives you some sort of bonus to your spellcasts, because you like that kind of stuff.
I'll just put 2 wounds on him. And it gives me +1 to my spell, so I will use... I get 5, so I'll use 3.
Yep.
And try and cast Long Legs
Yeah.
on my...
Need a 5.
Got it.
And to be able to hold dice in your hands.
on my Maldire Mongrels.
Yep.
And they have successfully cast it.
So they have rather long legs now.
Long legs. Oh, it's for this turn. That
Right.
spell drinker's for this turn.
Oh, so you get a
Bonus
bonus on everything. Well,
So
that's
spell
good, because
casting rolls this
Because
turn.
you do damage, which
Yes,
is not
that's
great.
Good, that's good.
Don't kill off your guy trying to cast crazy spells though, will you? I don't think you'll enjoy that business very much.
No. Right, and then I'm going to cast. I'm going to attempt to cast Bug Stalk Eyes on the Gorlord,
Uh-oh.
requiring a 5 also.
Oh. These are both sustains, are they?
They're
At least
both sustained.
At least you have to make the decision of which one you want to keep. They're
Yes.
both pretty horrific for me.
Sorry, that was a 2 action.
So
So that's-
he doesn't move now, he just kind of
He just stays there.
rests after casting some crazy Ergast spells.
That's him. Yes.
Alright.
That was a bit stupid, really. I should have probably sustained. I should have probably moved.
I'm going to move this one.
I'm learning something then,
There we go.
because there's no point in me doing that.
I've moved token 4.
Right, great.
Yeah, I only moved one of the tokens once. Oh no, one per unit, I think.
I've got to get rid of them, haven't I, though? Because at the moment,
Yeah,
it's
you
all
can't,
fi-
you
all
can't charge
5 of
them, you can't target them from a long way away because they've got... I think if you're within 6 maybe you can target them with that ability. Yeah, you have to be within 6 I think if you've got line of sight 0.
Have you?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to activate my...
But they're also incorporeal so you do half damage unless you've got magic weapons.
Yeah.
Or spells.
I will activate the Pest Bringer,
The Bringer of Pests.
and he will give these guys the Gut Rot Plague. How do I do that?
The belly from belly.
Plague Infected.
He just gives it to them for free.
Yeah.
Next.
Have the Gut Rot Plague.
Yep.
So I've got to be within 6 to see them, yeah? To
Yeah.
shoot this thing.
To affect it, I think.
How many wounds have they got? They have got
Some.
life points 12 with no coloured boxes.
12. These things take a while to kill.
Yes.
But as soon as you kill one, you can take over another one. They're kind of nasty.
Hmm. Right, I will pay 1 to move.
You've got to be careful when it causes horror. Some of your guys haven't got the greatest leadership.
I'm going to use this to move for now. I will move again.
Yep.
I don't like it.
You're scared of the ghost.
Yes.
Ribble.
I'll go to there,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to use the roll action counters. I'm going to use my...
Are you going to try and plague up a ghost? That sounds insane to me.
It's 2 action. It's a range 4, so it's a long range thing, isn't it?
Yep, so you double the
You're
range.
going to use a rotting corpse. They're going to see it.
You nutter. Ah, they can't be charged, engaged, or attacked by missile attacks, so you might want to rethink that one.
I'll put those back then. That's really bad, actually.
Well, you only got 1 missile attack, so it's anything that really misses it.
Yeah, but I might run away.
You might do.
That's going to be terribly funny.
To be fair, it is a ghost. I would run also from a ghost. Seems thematic that way.
Diff 13. It's okay. I've got to make a horror test, that's the problem.
Horrible.
Right, I'm going to move again. Let's have a go at this. Let's go to there.
Yeah, then horrible.
Do I need to make that test
You
now?
cause fear, don't you, or something
I
like that?
cause fear, yeah.
So I think that might interact with horror in some way. So a bit like Warhammer. Fear-causing models and fearless models treat horror as fear. And then we should take the usual fear test against horror-causing models. So
So I've engaged a fear.
so if you fail, you take -2 melee as long as you're engaged by it, and that's it.
I've passed.
There we go. You're
I
fine.
am not afeared of you.
No.
So I will use 2 to try and hit you with my Morning Star.
Right. So I suppose it wasn't too bad they come towards you, but you can't make too much use of it. Even if you kill that one, what are you going to do with these guys? You can make them come over here.
Yeah, that's about it really. Well, I could go into that token or something.
They don't make. They're not models as far as
Okay.
I know. Just counters. So they won't bring it up. But if I try and come out on it, then I think that could be a problem. I might want to avoid doing that.
Right, so my melee is 6. I
Yes.
will use a...
The defense 13. Right?
Yeah.
I just keep this page open now. I've opened about 5 times. Yes, defense 13. So you need a 7. Or you can choose a fighting style as well. Didn't
Yeah, I'm just about to
you might need a 6.
declare that.
Armor 6 though, and you half damage. Doesn't say they're immune to continuous effects, so they will, I think, take a prey token. Unless incorporeal means that you should be immune to continuous effects, I don't think so.
Ethereal. Just says fallen one takes half damage from non-enchanted attack.
Okay, so I guess any direct damage, will that be halved?
Yeah, because it's not magical, is it?
It seems like it doesn't give an exception to to direct damage there, so seems like that's what would happen. So you can give it a plague as well.
Right, I will use +1 to hit.
Yep.
And try and hit you.
Not me.
And I failed to hit you.
Wibble.
I needed a
6.
7, which goes to 6.
Yep.
And that is him over.
Wibble. You're going to get the gut plague. He's going to get something. Up his jacks. I'll do these guys next. They're going to move 5 times because they're light infantry. And they can go through this because they've got whatever it's forest walker or wild walker. I think up to 15.
Have they got shield wall as well?
They got something like a very piss poor version of it called Hedgehog. They move 5 times. They've got a 0 tactic called Hedgehog, which gives them +1 defense as long as they're touching another model in the unit. Okay. Over to you.
These don't cause fear, do they?
Didn't you know?
No.
Oh, you can move them up to 12 inches, so maybe it wasn't a good idea putting all those guys near one. You have to kill it though. Incidentally, all leaders one of the things we did in the last game that was spotted was wrong. All leaders have hardened will, so they don't take bravery and courage tests.
Okay.
As far as I know, or maybe fear or horror. I don't think so. They're just considered to be tough nuts or something.
Right, he will give. I'm going to activate the Gore Lord. He will give them one. Well, actually, he might not be able to see them, might he? Unless you. Yeah, you can see over that wall, can't you?
Oh yeah, no problem.
He'll give them one, and then he will. What's my charge range? It's plus. What's the plus for a charge? Plus 3, isn't it? No.
Sorry, you're doing that too much. It's you double your speed,
Yeah.
plus 2.
Plus 2.
Plus a further 2 for your
For
sub-faction
my
ability.
ferocious charge.
A lot of my guys are light infantry, and that means that you triple your charge.
Yep.
Plus 2, and then in your case plus 2 again.
My range is only 1. This is a magic. This is a magic weapon, though.
Oh yeah, for certain.
Yes. Right, I will charge with my.
What charge you can do? A 2 or a 3 one?
I'm going to do the 3 charge.
Ooh, you're going to kill one, I think.
Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do Howling Mad. No, yes, Howling Mad.
Right.
That's for 1 as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to charge.
Okay, so Howling Mad's a unit tactic, so you still have to test.
I might, even though it's myself.
Yeah, because it's not a self one, is it? It's just a unit one, even on yourself.
That's on
8, I think.
yeah, leadership.
You are
Yes.
fine, and you are mad.
I am howling mad. And then I will charge 8, 10, 12.
Yeah.
I won't charge 12. I will charge. Do I have to be in base to base with this?
No, you just have to be in your melee range to attack it. Oh, you can't charge it. Remember, it can't be charged.
I won't do that then.
No.
I will do howling mad though.
Yeah. And then I guess you'll move over a couple of times, and then
I think I might move. So move to 4 to there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 1.
How many you got left now?
I got.
Because you're within 6, you. Oh no, I just don't think you can charge it. Here's what it says, doesn't it? It can't be charged. Yeah, it can't be charged, engaged, or attacked by missile attacks. You have to walk up to it and you tap it on the head.
So I will move again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do this.
I think so, because you move 4, right, and then you've got an inch range.
Looks a bit.
I think you're just being on the look of it over here. There we go.
Yes, is it? Ooh. And then I'll use my last 2 for a
Slapping him down.
slap. Yeah. Right, so I'm using my blades
What
and the
weapon
nexus.
style are you going to go for?
I'll just work this out. So I'm melee 8. I think I'll go for damage.
Yeah. And you're under Howling Mad as well, so you're +1/+1, right?
Yes.
So you're actually melee 9. So you're getting a 1/2 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So 8, 9 against 13 falls.
Mm-hmm.
I hit.
Yep.
Giving him some
So
plague.
straight damage.
Is he a plague bearer as well?
No, you didn't give him plague this time as well. You gave him a different thing.
Thanks, Jack. Right, damage. 7, isn't it?
Yep, I think so.
7, what was their armour? 13.
6, so it's +1. So you've done 9 damage. It's got 3 left.
What we needed to do. What you need is little circles around
Oh,
it to
yeah,
mark.
but then you have to laminate the top part. So
Yes,
you can,
that's
yeah.
true.
I suppose you could do that pretty easy. You know,
That is.
him. Look at you going for the mission. Don't repeat the mistakes of last week, going for the mission too much.
I
I'll
need
keep
to.
bringing that up until you get annoyed with it.
I need to be able to get rid of some of these things because they're all over here as well.
What's that?
They're the fallen ones.
Yeah. Well, at this point, if you can kill one, You know, my guys are definitely within range of at least 2 of them, which can't be good.
He hasn't got plague host ability though, has he?
No, because you took a different talisman
Yes,
I think, this time.
yeah, last time I gave him fleas, wasn't it?
Yeah, bubonic fleas. And
Bubonic-
now he's got
blue
something
bubonic
else,
fleas.
which I can't remember.
He's got rid of the fleas because the cream works.
Yeah.
And he has a parasite's amulet now.
Oh, it's the one that can do damage to people nearby.
Yeah.
Just there's no one nearby.
Yeah. Well, there is that thing there.
It's not.
But it's not.
No, it's only on your own guys, I think.
No, it's a target for. Oh, it is a target friendly one.
Yeah. It doesn't. It would be very good if it put direct damage on others to heal you, but I'm afraid it doesn't. All right. This guy's a light guy.